Hi everybody. Karen here. We're going to do some qigong. Before we get started, we have to learn how to stand. If this is the only thing you learn, take it and run with it. It is one of the most important things. First thing you do is feet shoulder width apart. Your toes are turned a little bit inward and your knees roll out. When your knees roll out, your hips come forward. When I was in dance, my dance teacher used to say, "Are you pinching a penny?" So that's the idea. You want to kind of pinch your butt cheeks. Nice and strong, okay? And then all of this will be engaged, and the upper part of your body is really loose. The goal here is that you're even on both feet. Sometimes when you are starting to do this, you'll notice that maybe you're pitching forward a little bit, or rolling back, or putting more weight on one foot versus another. If that's the thing that you're noticing, that you don't feel even in your stance, then get out and wiggle. I know it sounds silly, but move your body around whatever feels like it needs to have happen. And then go back into your stance. You'll always feel better the second time around, okay? Now here's the business with this stance, is that you're strong in this. No one can come up and take your legs out, right? See that? When you're just standing regular, knees locked, just like this, or maybe like this, someone can come up and take your whole body out. So you want to be strong in your positioning. If you practice this for 2 minutes every day, you'll notice that you hold yourself a lot better. And your low back won't hurt, your knees won't hurt, your shoulders won't hurt, or maybe they will, but they'll hurt a lot less than they would if you weren't standing like this, okay? Okay, so that's number one. The next thing we're gonna do is just kind of warm the body up, okay? So you're in your stance, bum tight, legs tight, shoulders back, head up, nice and tall, okay? And you're gonna take a deep breath in, you're gonna look to the right. When you come back to center, you're gonna exhale the breath, then look to the left, okay? Deep breath in, exhale back to center. Deep breath in, exhale back to center. Now listen, we're just opening up the body, okay? You don't wanna be forceful right now. So if your system can only go here, then that's how far you go, okay? It's just about the fluidity, the movement, okay? You're just warming the body up. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna look up and down. So deep breath in, look up. And you're gonna wanna roll through the neck, right? You're gonna wanna keep your chin in as close as you can. Look down, deep breath, hold the breath. Exhale back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale back to center. Now the purpose of this, again, is to start to pay attention to how your body's feeling. Notice maybe you have some restrictions, that's okay. Just kind of try to move with them as best as you can. Deep breath in. Exhale back to center. Now you're going to do the same thing, ear to shoulder. What you need to be mindful here is you don't do this, okay? Deep breath in. Just going to stretch this all out. Exhale back to center. Deep breath in. These ones get me every time. Now we're going to do shoulder rolls. Now, if you don't have a lot of movement in your body, then just stay here and roll the shoulders. We're going to roll backwards first. But if you have a little bit more flexibility, what I like to do is roll shoulder rolls through my whole body, like a wave. You see that? Feel all kinds of popping and cracking when you do this. That's the thing, you're waking up the body. Now forward. Again, just warming up the system, and if you can't roll like this, then just stay here. Okay? The idea is you're waking up this shoulder joint, okay? Now, this is an exercise that seems to be very tricky for people. Elbow rolls. Put your arms out straight, and you're going to move from your elbows. I don't know if you can hear that, but my elbows are making all kinds of noise right now. It's like the tendons are rolling over each other. It's gross. Now the other way. Good. Wrist rolls. Go both directions. Now open and close the hands. And really take your time. Feel those knuckles close, okay? Really mean it. Good. Now we're gonna twist at the waist. If you can't twist that far because it makes you dizzy or you can't look over your shoulder, then don't. Just swing the arms, okay? Whatever you are comfortable with in your body. In this situation, you want to try to really keep your hips. You don't want to roll your hips all the way around. See, I'm not bending at the knees. I want to keep this part straight and twist here. And let the breath be easy, okay? You don't have to fight with yourself about this. Now you're going to come back to center, kind of swing the arms. And because this can make you a little dizzy, just check in with yourself. Make sure you're grounded. If you need, take a cleansing breath. Deep breath in. Okay. Now you're going to put your hands on your hips and you're going to do hip rolls. Okay? You're going to go one direction and then the other, right? Now you could do hip rolls in a couple different ways, and I think that you should do them in whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm kind of doing more small controlled hip rolls, but if it feels better for you to do bigger ones, that's also okay. And when you do the bigger ones, your knees tend to stay straight, okay? Whereas when you do the smaller ones, you bend at the knees, okay? Go the other direction. And again, you can do bigger ones this way. That's also fine. Both don't feel great. Hurts to do them a little. That's okay. Make it easier the more you do them. Now, you're going to put your hands on your hip, on your knees. If you can, bring your feet together. If you can't, just keep them apart, okay? It requires a little bit more balance to bring them together. Then you're gonna roll your knees. Now, what's so great about this exercise is it wakes up the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And then go the other direction. Now, whenever you're going to take a step, you want to really make sure you're strong before you take that leg out, okay? Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to roll the ankles and squeeze the feet. This requires a little bit of balance. So if at this point you need to find a wall to lean on, please do that. If not, you're gonna just put all your weight on one. Okay, you can bring your foot over, take your time, lift and roll. Okay? Go the other direction. And then squeeze the feet. This is really important for the arches. As you age, your arches start to fall, and this helps to keep your arches nice and strong. Make sure you're balanced on your other leg, and roll. My leg does not want to roll right now. My ankle does not want to roll. Other way. And then squeeze the foot. Now come back down. Take a deep breath in. All the way up, fully extend. And then let the arms fall. And exhale the breath. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale. And now we're ready to start our practice.